Hello friends, today I'll try to explain you how you can actually do this effect in CSS. So what is happening here, the first transition, you can see the blur object is gone, and the second time the second image is showing up. So I'll try to explain you how you can actually do this effect only in CSS. Now open your IDE and you can actually use anything you want. I'm using Visual Studio Code. If you have something else, then it's not a problem. Just connect the style.css with the index.html. Now you need to create a div in the body section. So the div will be images. For my case, you can name it anything you want, and the in the div you need to add your images. So the second image will be in the first line. So it will be the class will be image1, image2, and the source will be 2 for my case, which is 2. The second image is 2. Now for the second line, it will be the image number 1, and it will be the class will be image1, just to make it so simple. And for the blur object, it will be in the last line. So if you actually don't do it, like you are actually keeping the first image in the first line, like if you're doing that way, then it will actually not work in that way, like how it is working right now. So now you need to create a div which will be the cart for the blur object. And yes, so now the HTML, everything is done, and for the style.css, the body will be padding will be in the body, the padding will be 0 pixels, and margin will be 0 pixels also. Now for the background color, you can give any color you want. I'm actually giving a black color. So now for the height of the background, it will be 100 VH, and the width will be 100%. And now for the images, you need to specify the images height and width. So the height, for my case, it will be 600 pixels, and the width will be 400 pixels. Now you can see that the images are okay. Now you can see that the images have been loaded, and everything is, the height is 600 pixels and width is 400 pixels. So yes, so now if you want the images in the center, so we'll come to that point here later. So now for the images, like the second image will be under the first image, right? So now what we need to do is the position will be absolute, and now you'll see that the second image is under the first image. Now for the, if you want the images in the center, just make you need to do this, which is images, and display will be flex, not images ing, because if you do that, it will not work. So images and display flex, like it will work, the images will be in the center, but it can actually cause some problems. So just the whole images, not only the images, because we also want the card, right? So so the display flex and the justify content will be centered, and align items will be centered. And now you'll see that the so you can see here there is a problem, you can see. So to fix that, you just need to add a padding top, which can be, like for my case, 8 pixels, and now also it's not working. So maybe there is a problem. So it will be fixed. It's not a problem right now. So just for the card section, you'll just need to do this for the card. The height and width is also just copy it also as like the images. So copy it, and now you'll see that the problem has been fixed. So the card, and for the position of the card, uh, you just need to relative. The position will be relative for the card, and now you can see that the card is not showing. Like, you need to give it a color if for the preview of the card or the blur object. Just give it a background color and uh, just a random color. So now it is, you can see it is working. So now what we need to do, we need to give a backdrop filter and blur, and in the blur it will be 50 pixels. Now it is too much. 20 pixels is good. Now for the images, you can actually give it border radius, which can be 50 pixels, and just remove the background color. Now you can see that it is working. And also for the card, there will be a border radius. You can actually add it if you want, 50 pixels, and it is good right now. And now for the transitions. So for the transitions, we need to do some for the transition. First for the card. So the card dot hover, the opacity will be 0, and z index will be before that. In the card, not card hover, in the card the z index will be like 4, and the z index for the hover, like card hover, and it will be 0. And now you can see that it's actually working, but it is just so much fast. We just need it to be some kind of slow, or we actually need a transition. So for the transition in the card section, in the card, you will need to give it like 1s all or something like ease in out. It's your choice. So now you can see it is working smoothly. And now for the images, like the second transition, so it will be the first image, which is the second image, sorry for that, the second image, which is image 2, and it will be z index also like as the card, it will be 4, and the opacity will be 0, and for the image 2, the hover effect, in the hover effect you need to do, which is the opacity will be 1 in this case, and the z index will be greater than 4. So now you can see that it is actually working. So but the transition is just so much fast. So you just need a transition which is 1s and all, or some kind of else. Okay, now you'll see that it is just working fine. So if you just try this so fastly, so it will not like work in that way, but it is not bad, not a bad effect. So that was the effect, and I hope you actually learned something. And if you like the video, you can do anything you want. So thanks for watching.